What's going on? This is Willie, and this is What's Willie Watching, here on the Pace Pod. Today I'll be summarizing Whiplash. It was released in 2014. It stars Miles Teller as Andrew and J.K. Simmons as Fletcher. Andrew attends Schaefer Music Academy, where he is a freshman drummer, hoping to become one of the greatest ever. He is surprisingly recruited into the school's premier studio band as an alternate drummer by the conductor, Fletcher. He gets a chance to show what he can do during a practice playing a jazz song called Whiplash, and he stumbles a little bit. No problem. It's okay. But Andrew doesn't realize Fletcher is giving him a false sense of security. He will test you, see what you can handle. Push your buttons. You're rushing. Now you're too slow. Keep my tempo. And just like that, a chair goes flying by Andrew's head. Fletcher then slaps him in the face, seeing if he will quit. But Andrew doesn't give up. He wants to show Fletcher he has what it takes to be great. So he practices and practices and practices, pushing himself to the limit. His hands blister and bleed, but he continues on. He's prepared for whenever his moment arrives. He gets his opportunity at a jazz competition after he misplaces the top drummer's sheet music, and he is able to replace him playing Whiplash from memory. Andrew is now the top drummer, but it doesn't last long, as Fletcher continues to test him, promoting a low-level drummer ahead of him. But Andrew's focus remains the same, and at his next practice, after they are informed a former band member died in a car wreck, the three drummers begin an intense, exhausting, hours-long session playing Caravan, a faster tempo song with Andrew reclaiming top drummer. But at his next competition, he runs into a series of misfortunes. His bus, a flat tire, gets a rental car, but forgets his drumsticks at the rental office. Fletcher's furious, so he rushes to recover them, and on the way back is hit by a truck. Now, running the rest of the way, he stumbles into the performance, head bleeding, room spinning, band playing, but Andrew is unable to perform. Fletcher stops the show to remove him from the band, and Andrew assaults Fletcher on stage, leading to his expulsion from Schaefer. Sometime later, Andrew meets the lawyer of the deceased former band member, revealing there was no car wreck. There was depression brought on by Fletcher that led him to take his own life. Andrew secretly testifies to Fletcher's cruel teaching methods that ends with the firing of Fletcher. Months later, after Andrew has given up drumming, he sees Fletcher at a jazz club, playing piano in the band. They sit down together, and Fletcher reveals he knew his teaching style was intense, but stands firm on the premise that he was motivating, that if you want to be great, if you want to leave a legacy, nothing would stop you. Fletcher invites Andrew to play in his band at an upcoming jazz festival, stating they play the same songs from Schaefer. Just like that, Andrew's back. But at the festival, right before they begin, Fletcher leans into Andrew, telling him he knows he testified against him, and proceeds to cue the band in a song Andrew doesn't know. He's embarrassed as he walks off stage, but Andrew finds something inside of himself and returns, interrupting Fletcher to cue the band to a different song. Fletcher's angry at first, but he listens. He hears it and starts conducting. As the song finishes, Andrew takes over and channels everything he's been through, pushing himself past his preconceived limits into an impromptu freestyle drum solo that achieves the greatness he's been striving for, and finally gets the approval from Fletcher. Now that's the end of the story, and as always, thanks for listening.